Agari! Wait, why am I not seen? What the fuck? What the hell is happening here? What? What? Excuse? What? Okay. Wait, I don't know what happened. I can't explain that to you no matter how I try, okay? I don't know what happened. Anyways. Hi Sansros. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Let's just forget what happened. I'm okay. My body doesn't hurt anymore, which is great. And I rekindled my passion for playing No Man's Sky. Yes. What else? I am gonna play Stanley Parable because I don't know what to do today, and I was just like, I don't know what to do today. What should I do? Hopefully it's gonna be seen. My beloved Mochi, let's go to a fancy dinner. Oh? Depends, what are we gonna do? Is this scene? Yes, it is. Have you played? No. Travel Ride, hello. Whatever you want. I don't know. That's good. You're also Stanley Parable is a fun game. Barely visible. There you go. Current time. Jesus. Okay, wait. 9. No, that's PM. I needed AM. Wait, I'll wait for it to go to 8. I'll even pay for dinner. Hey, yo! Are you loaded or something? What's happening? You don't have to. You spoil yourself. Okay, it's 9:08. There you go. Not accessible. Okay. We're now playing Stanley Parable. Settings. Video. Anti-aliasing. VSync off. Oh wait, I think I need VSync on because like stuff. Okay. But I want to spoil. Okay. The end is never the end yet.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Room. Oh.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would
Thank you,
forever change
Traveler.
Stanley. Something he would never
Come on.
quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Mug. Wait.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. I think I fucked up. What am I supposed to do? Just walk around? I'm back. Welcome back!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I can't go
Perhaps he
back.
had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Is this 50 yet?
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Or... I can't jump. It says that I can jump, but I... Four... 417? I don't see no 417. I don't see no 417. Do you see it? Am I blind? Am I? Oh.
Ooh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Oh.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Why am I obeying this guy?
Now, back to door number 437.
Okay. 3.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
You're the one following orders. I know.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419's desk. Where? Where is this desk? Oh. Am I climbing it?
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Okay.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back.
I
Yes,
actually
I'm
got
very
an
proud of
achievement
how
for
far
that.
We've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
About wondering where they are? Mochi streaming? Yes, my body doesn't hurt anymore. Fucking finally. Jesus. What is... L. Woo! Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I enter the door on my left? Yeah, I'll go there. Funny. No! Get me back! Okay, fucking. How is it that I have a computer when I'm not?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me in! I wanna go back! Jesus! I wanna go back! Hmm? Everyone unique, you most of all. Yay! Where's this projector? Oh, it's up there. Charts and slides. Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Sus broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, that's scary. That's scary right there. I'm not gonna go down there yet. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Why can't I flush the toilet? What the fuck? I wanna flush the toilet. Haha, funny noisy. Well, there goes. And there that goes. What? Panda. That's not a good business strategy. I want to hug the panda. That's the better strategy. Oh. Am I supposed to go here? Hi, Coco. How much do you think you're lagging? Lagging nasa isip. Wala akong maisip. Damn, Zuck! Damn! Damn! Damn. That's a good one. Am I supposed to go at the elevator? The elevator's just here. I'm feeling better. I'm not in pain anymore. That's for sure. Was that elevator always there? Oh well.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Happy to hear, but what
He stepped
happened?
into the newly opened passageway.
I slept wrong, and somehow I made it so that my whole body got fucked. And also, once you hear my favorite, and also, I have my red, so that also added to it. Essentially, it just stacked up. I can't leave. Damn it! I wanted to go later. ADHD, go brrr, man. Happens when you get older, Mochi. Fair. Oh, yeah, I hope things get better for you. It is. I don't have much back pain as I did previously. I'm better now. That's for sure. I wanna go back. I wanna go to the elevator.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt
Try
more
a tougher
free
bed.
to think for himself.
I have a tougher
to
bed.
question the nature of his job.
It's like a medium,
Why
I
did
think.
he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered
Softer
for
would
long.
just sag, won't it? Wouldn't memory foam be better then? Or something? Jesus Christ. Ooh. Hello?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, even though there was an escape. Medium firm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think that something that your body, something that conforms to your body, but you won't sink into. Well, technically, I don't know why, but I think there's just something with this bed. This is like my grandpa's bed that we just refurbished. So essentially, when I kept lying down on this, one of my legs just kept on losing its blood supply. I don't know why, but it just does that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this
Circle.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I use a thin. What the fuck? What do you mean? Yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What employee number am I? Somewhere around here. So
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy
Someone's
with his
fired.
boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I don't really like mind control, but Hope Shark Week isn't too bad too. It is bad. Like, weirdly enough, there's...
Drink some water.
Weirdly enough, for some reason...
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
It becomes sore.
Was it over?
And like, it was beating for some reason, like... Pulsating, I don't know why. It was weird. I was just like, that. Is this women things?
From someone else's
Jesus.
command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Is your first time?
reflected on
First
how
time
many
what?
puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
But yes.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
I
Whatever
want the
life he
gremlin
lives,
mochi quiche.
it will
Oh,
be his.
really?
And that was all he needed to know. It
Wow.
was perhaps the only
This looks like
thing worth
Switzerland or
knowing.
Sweden.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's one small step for man.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of
I
liberation.
don't know if it's true, but my mom
the
said
immense
drink lots of
possibility the new
cabbage
path
and drink
before
beer.
him. This was exactly the way,
Hi, Fuzzy.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy, apparently. Hey, I know words. I beated the game. Woo!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
So,
memo.
am I supposed to do stuff differently now? Like 2 cabbage heads a month? Jeez, just mess around in the game. Let me in! Let me in!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? Not gonna lie, I wanna go to the elevator that I saw at that one place. I don't know. What should I do? Let me. I can't make decisions like this. This is too much of a decision. I haven't gone right yet. Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Door. I wanna go there. Ooh.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
I actually really like this room.
After all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I want a cold drink. Cold drinks are great. Oh wait, I have to get my drink that is nearby me.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
No. It's admiring the architecture, okay? There's a difference.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Is this sarcasm? What if I never leave this room? Huh? What you gonna do about it? Huh? Gonna teabag on you, bitch? Okay, I think there's no more. Maybe? Okay, there's definitely no more. Maybe! Okay, there's no more. Maybe! Okay, I'm going.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Business. I'm not straight, but I want to go straight. I want to go to this direction, but this direction though. What? Oh, be straight. I'm not straight. I'm gonna walk like this because I'm not straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes. Oh. I'm Pan.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
No balls, you won't jump.
I realize that investing in your... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So I'm very powerful. Where's my achievement for that very powerful ending, Aya?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm very powerful. I am such a big... To the point that I am very powerful to the point that... I don't know. We accept you any way that you are.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why is there no other input?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
That wasn't your dialogue before.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. That's my right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible.
That's my
it wasn't
right
5
now.
years ago.
If I look behind, it's my right, it's not my left.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No. Get G back on these bitches!
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Here's the thing. If you had a door for me that's color blue, I would be compelled to go to the blue because it's my favorite color. Also, when you said walk through the red door, you should have just given me one option. Jesus. Blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No. I like blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Maybe.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Yeah! Spin.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I need to be in... Okay. Oh. What? 2 seconds? I haven't been playing this game for 7 hours. How dare it? What the heck?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Arson.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
I don't like family.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
No.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I like fire.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or
I
purely
hate
to
babies.
spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Why are you not on fire yet?
I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What? Games? What game are we playing? Ooh!
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as
the
a
sign
creepy
thingy.
man
I forget
spying
the
on
name.
innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Minecraft door sound. Wow. Pretty. Arson. Fire time. Close enough. Window.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
I
You
wanna
really wandered off
go.
into that thing.
I
That big,
wanna
open,
go.
just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Pretty
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh, Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Grass.
Okay,
Guys.
so what exactly do we do here?
I'm
Let's see.
touching grass,
There are
guys.
lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
I'm touching
we shall run the
grass.
bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Ah, big ball. Ah.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure... Hold on. What are you doing?
Whoa.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. We still have so much...
Oh. Well, I'm following. Oh. Okay. Hello? Is anyone here? Can I go down even more in the void? I would like to. We're in the back rooms now. This is a lovely back rooms. But I need food. Hello? Let me in some of these doors. Why don't you have a handle? $427. Things. What do I do here?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
I'll
Once this
be
ends,
back.
after it all comes to a
Like
close,
before,
then I'll be back.
I will
end will be
fight
here
the fight and win the war.
Very soon. I can wait.
Now what? The end is never the end. The end is never. Oh? This is new.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is new. No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
No.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I want to go
Perhaps
this
he wanted
way.
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Don't you have something to do? I don't know.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I don't know. Am I supposed to do something?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I be Paladin. Her? I have a waifu? For life? Not sure if it's
This
still
is
there.
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
But there was a
To
Minecraft
put
room.
your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Gee. I'm gay. Sure.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Wife! Waifu! Where's my
sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
No one loves me.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
No one loves me. No one loves me. They don't want to commit their life to me. No one loves me.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No one wants to commit their life to me.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
I'm sad now.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
Game with a
called
baby?
it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. That he might always feel
You're a mannequin. How are you supposed
Surely
to pee?
There's an answer down some new path, mustn't there
Or
be?
is this mine?
Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the new one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not doing it. Is this what they wanted? Okay, I'm gonna push the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Beep up soon.
And I tried again. again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did that just say please die? Oh, okay. I'm sad now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That didn't sound like that before. Did it? Hey, Pat! It did? I wanna... How am I supposed to... I wanna go out the window. Hello? Can I go out the window? Climby? Climby go high? No? There's a certain this. Climb. Climb. Oh! Ah! Oh!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Boobs.
Oh, now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
Yes.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
I'm lucky.
Now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Do I just sit here? I can sit here. I can talk to myself for years. I think. Music go brr. Duffy. Bucket is life. Bucket? My stuffy is on my head right now. Must find thy bucket. Bucket? Ah, I have a loaf on my head. They're just chilling here. Forgot what you have to do here? No. Yes. Reset. Oh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What do I do? Okay. Wow.
Yet there was not a single
Talk
person here
less.
either.
Smile
Feeling a wave
more.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You wanna get ahead? Fools who run around just wind up dead.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I wanna go in elevator now. What time is it? Showtime. Up. Uppers. Up. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm John Lawrence in the place to be. 2 shots. I'm working on 3. And I'm gonna pop, chica pop, cops till I'm free. Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the Revolutionary Sweat. I came from afar just to say bonsoir to the King Cassatoire, who's the best kisser moi. Brah, brah, I am Hercules Mulligan, up in it, loving it. I forgot the lyrics of that. I heard your mama say, come on. Hey. Yeah, I hear the narrator singing. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 da 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 to make me fall asleep, then that's good. So soothing, is it? So what am I supposed to do? Leave? I can't leave. Eh. Ooh. I don't know what that does, but I wanna.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I wanna go to the left
He stepped
now.
into the newly opened passageway.
Down. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall,
is it by
Stanley
Ben
would
sound?
meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no
I can literally
consequence
just crouch
whatsoever.
here and
Stanley
avoid
can't
that.
see the bigger
Oh wait,
picture.
no.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a
So
blind
he can
man.
survive
And
that
so he
fall, but
resigned
yeah.
and willingly accepted this violent
Why are
end
you
to his
meowing,
brief
Mochi?
and
I thought you
shallow
were a
life.
goat, not a cat.
Farewell,
I am a
Stanley.
dragon demon from space.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
I get
killing
these
him
nuts on your
instantly.
face, traveler. Woman voice.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Chunk tail. I have a chunky tail.
Pipopst
I'm a
cheered
dragon.
X100.
You see this? That could be fake. Okay, if it's fake to you, then I'm sad now. I guess my tail is fake. Even though it's a part of me. And that. I got bonked. I'm still sad. Stuff. Not fake. Hey. Still sad though. Am I supposed to restart? This is such a pretty place, though. Was I just here?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Hold on, wait. Did I hear that correct? Did you just laugh at me in a sexy manner? Women? I am very gay. I am looking for stuff to do. I want to. What's the word? Look
It's the
for.
kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design.
Oh, I don't know. How
But
about
of course,
they're throwing a surprise
you'll
party
probably
for
spend the
him
next
for all
hour
his
trying to
button
solve
pushing.
it.
Does that
Here,
sound plausible?
I'm just
to
going to
you?
make this easy on you.
I want bucket. I want the bucket. I want the comfort bucket. How do I get the comfort bucket? Wow. How do I get the comfort bucket? Yeah, the bucket is here supposedly in this game. I got the deluxe edition. Question. Will the game feature capybara? Capybara, 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 capybara. Oh. Emails. Happy. Oh. Gay! Gay! I'm gay. I'm pan. Somewhere here, I believe. Where? How do I get my bucket? I want a bucket, friend. I want my friend the bucket. Button. How do I get my bucket? It's eerily silent. Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Really?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Well, I made time choose for me. Oh.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
But
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
This is my left.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
technically that was my left if I look up
Standing
in a
now
different.
in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm getting back on track. Yes.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Closing
who am I
eyes.
kidding? It's all rubbish now.
Closing
the whole story, completely
eyes.
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top, make it drop. That's a web.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Only
missed a memo.
eyes. Input. Where is input? Input. Where do I go for input? There was a purple and I want to touch the purple.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yes. Oh, I didn't drink my copium yet. Whoop. Thank you for reminding me to drink me copium. Actually, I'm supposed to eat a little bit before I drink me copium meds. Oh my god, my space is so messy! Jigus!
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, I wanted to explore the line. The line of rooms.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Input.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input button. Input. Purple. No. Cup.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Door. Thingy, thingy, thingy. Thingies.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work,
Yay!
and it really paid off. So,
I
good
won!
job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this
I
at
didn't
all.
win?
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that
Aw.
win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh. Okay. Do what you... Oh. Adventure. Adventure line. PM? Adventure line? Adventure line? Input D?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I follow line now. Wait! Oh? Was there just a figure there? Did you see that? I think there was a figure there. For like a millisecond. Or was it my imagination? Did anyone... Was there? I don't know. I think I saw one. Huh. I don't know. Maybe? I think there was. I'm not sure. Felt like there was. For a second.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yes!
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Fern. Lots of leaves. Big fern. Yes. I think I got it.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story is... Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The start. The adventure line is still here. Why no input no more? Did I do everything? I'm pretty sure that there was one more.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Yes.
Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, yeah.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Lovers.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for
Hugs.
it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Was there what?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yes.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Whoa. Hmm? 天才もちもち、天才じゃないよ。これは何？Hmm?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What am I eating? It's called, I'm not sponsored. Pretz, and it's pizza flavored. But for some reason, the one that I opened doesn't taste like pizza. Oh. Oh. What did I do? I'm dead. Button. Button. The button's turned back on. Button, go. Button. Now what? Buttons. Do I restart? Button. I already did this, right?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
No, it was back there.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
New content! New content! Guys, it's new content! Something I don't have!
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Well, the elevator's not moving.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been
New
more
content!
ready. Let's do it.
Content! Daddy made your favorite open wide.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump now! Oh. No more jumps for me. No!
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm a friend. I'm a friend.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay. I'm in vent now. Among Us. Among Us? Among Us. Among Us.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
What
Take a
is
look.
this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh. Smile because it happened. United States of America dollar, Jesus. Yeah. Don't go outside. Don't play for 5 years. It's impossible to get this achievement. And wow. You get $1. Nice. I can buy spaghetti with that. These flowers are pretty.
Je suis dans la memory zone, seul sur l'abri de
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created."
Where?
Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
Persona 3?
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Water. The water is cool. Down? No? Okay. Minecraft! Look! Minecraft! Minecraft! Ooh, beeps and boops. Lady. Look, there's a lady.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
How do I get over there? I want to go over there. Look, the serious room. I'm not serious at all, but I want to go there.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Is this for something?
No, Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game's already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Left 4 Dead.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Floofy. I like Floof.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't
like
quite as sterling as I always
Yes.
remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customers. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
Yes.
And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
Manifesto
I'll
of what?
outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that I'll... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
The door is
that
gone.
last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
So we
I think
don't?
the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how...
Is this what it was meant for?
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Hi.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but...
Oh. The narrator is gone. You caught it? Ow. Ow. That noise. I hate it.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down.
Button.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
So, do I just keep doing this? Oh. Ton. New life has sprouted. That's cool. Oh. Then the new life died. Empty. What is that out there? Skip. Can I skip? Hello? Huh. Whoa. Whoa. Where do we go? What do we do? I think there is something entirely new. And it wasn't quite me, and it wasn't quite you. Maybe something entirely new. Oh, da 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 da. So, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, of course not. Da 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 da. No, no, don't be. We're here forever.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Yay! Boxes. Boxes. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New content. Very new content. New content. Fun. New content. Yes.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Okay.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow. The end is never the
Yes,
end.
you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Ooh, nice door making.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe. What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Whoa.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Hear my name in the game! I want to hear my name in the game. I want to dox myself.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Yay!
Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Jim!
But of course, in the
Jim.
final game, this button will say
Definitely
your
named
name,
Jim.
whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate
Jiminy
the full
Cricket.
experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay,
What's
here we
your Jim
go.
what?
Let's take a deep
Jim
breath,
what?
clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and
I
simply
am not
become
Mochi.
a person
I am a
named
Jim.
Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's
Jim.
just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see?
Jim.
What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second
you
time.
passed out.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Alright. I go to other content now. Jim. Jim is gonna go to another content now.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Am I Jim now? Bucket! Bucket. Bucket!
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime
Bucket.
you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Yes.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient
I want
solution for
bucket.
me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Get that.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh. Was I not supposed to do that?
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yes.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh. Bucket, 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 but mochi in a bucket.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Is it really tragic? I like rewards. Where do I go? Here. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh. Where else do I go? Here?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons, but I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Where else do I go? Infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Do I go? Do I jump? Can I jump? Can I? I'm jumping!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
But I wanna fall down infinitely.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
How do I
Not every
teleport
person
back up?
actually wants to fall infinitely.
Me!
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I like hole.
Look,
Going
things
infinite
got a little
fall.
heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Okay.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we
You
can
like
move on.
holes?
I'll just be up here when
I
you're
like
ready.
mugs.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Yes!
Well, there it is. The shape... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I can't.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's
Okay.
a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Okay. I have my bucket. What's that noise? The whole monster. Oh, oh, look, it's going back down. Goodbye, world. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Ooh. Yes, this is the best. Change myself. Oh. I don't like myself. Oh. Error.
Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Okay.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Okay.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Do I sink in again? Hehehe. We're gonna sink! No! The doggos! I like this.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Doggo.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes, I still have my bucket. Best bucket. but not as best as my loaf. My loaf, best loaf.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yes.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ah. Ooh. I like it.
This is the...
Boxes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I get the bucket? But I like my foxaloaf more. I like my foxaloaf. I don't know. Help me. If I...
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bucket. Bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
Hugs.
Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket.
Lots of
as
hugs.
they have changed and evolved over the years.
Yes.
Let him have it.
Hugs. Lots and lots of hugs. I have made...
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Goodbye, broom closet. This is mine now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Okay.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Bucket!
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
Where?
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
I love it!
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
If only I had one!
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Damn! Backflipping all the way to work? Damn. Papers. Papers, please. Papers, please.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Papers. Lots of papers. Hi, Home! Okairi! Genki! Tadaima. Ai! Okairi nasai.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort
Okay.
rushed over
Ooh.
him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How
Drink
insightful
some
the
water.
bucket turned out
Hey,
to
water.
be.
Water.
Some water. Some water.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had
Yes.
inspired.
Kawaii. Kawaii じゃない!
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
とても可愛いじゃない。
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared us, but finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
可愛いじゃない。
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about
What is this game?
Stanlerines? Yes, I think I
Fourth
like
wall
that.
breaking.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Lots of false war. I know words.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
Yes.
No matter how many times
In
I've
some
done
ways,
it,
yes.
it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest, when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
It's just
Still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Keep it forever.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yes, bucket friend.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
That's the completion. Mine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlerines, Stanlerines, Stanlerines. Dum 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 dum.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines. None of us can.
What if I never get the last one? Because I don't know where it is. Figure Stanlerines.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything is fine. I'm with my bucket. I'm with my bucket. This is my favorite bucket. Bucket, 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 bucket. Bucket! Bucket! Bucket!
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Bucket
These
sings.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point,
bucket!
He could trust no one except for the bucket.
My bucket. My friend. Bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine...
Bucket. Mine. No one.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
This is my
needed
bucket.
the soothing warmth of the bucket, or go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
I'm asking.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
I want my
Stanley
bucket.
realized he would never again leave this very
Let's
room.
stay too long,
But
sorry. It's okay.
at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the... Oh. I want to... You're still in school? Okay. Have fun. I mean, I'm gonna raid someone now. Maybe. Is where to see. Yeah, thank you for joining me. No one's online, so I'm just gonna end the stream. So, Thank you for being here with me today. I guess tomorrow I'm gonna stream Cult of the Lamb. And or potion craft. Or something along those lines. Anyways, じゃあまた後でね